everyone, it's another special week. It's your girl Adora Gold. Today every topic is special, but today I'm looking at silent. What did I say? Silent. Silent, they say, is golden, but silence brings division. What do I mean? Stay tuned. Okay, welcome back. We're talking about silent. Silent is not making or accompanied by any noise. Silence is just being mute. Do you understand what I mean? It's just being mute, not saying a word. Keep quiet. Shut up. What does silence do? Silence makes people to act and think before reacting. It gives you a sense of reasoning. You have to calculate your thoughts. That's what silence does. But then the difference between silence and silence is because silence makes you to think things through. It helps you to think it through, to make a decision on what you want to do next. It helps you to calculate your thoughts. It brings your thoughts together. It helps you to process things. It helps you to count your words so you don't regret what you say. Silence, it's making contact with yourself. Before I came up with this topic today, I said yesterday, or let me say, before I say anything, it's something that somehow I've experienced, or something that I've seen happening around me, or something I've seen happening around my friends and family, but people don't pay attention. We've been victims of certain issues. I'm still a victim. So yesterday I was just thinking about something, and normally when I'm not doing anything, I research or I watch people talk, I watch people's videos. I have people that motivates me a lot. I watch on YouTube people's thoughts on different topics. So I watch, but on this very one or each topic that I speak about, I don't just talk about them. It's because I get an inspiration. Sometimes I ask God, what do you want me to talk about? And somehow it comes out. And I find myself speaking about it, or I research more about it. Aside the reason I went to search for it, but I try to look more in depth to find out how does that affect me? How does that affect our society? And how we can change things, or how we can improve in things. So, but today, it's not just about being silent. It's about silence. Now, silence, they say, is golden, but silence brings division. Let me take you through. The problem that we have in our society, or the problem we have in our homes, or the problem that we have in our relationship, is not communication. It's not. When you weigh it, it's about silence. Sometimes when you try to communicate, the issue there is, how is the other person going to receive what you're about to say? It's also knowing how to say things, not just about how somebody else will receive it. That's why sometimes you see in law, they tell you that you have the right to remain silent, because whatever you say will be used against you in the court of this earth. So you have to gather your thoughts first, because you might say something and later on you regret saying it, and later on it might bounce back to haunt you, and later on you might feel bad for what you have said. So that's why silence is okay, but silence is a different option. Because what happens when you're silent? When I say silence bring division, what do I mean? I've been in a situation whereby I get into conflict with people. Okay, some of us are extroverts, some of us are introverts. For me, I normally don't talk. I'm that type that keeps quiet and watch things and weigh things. But the problem with that is I've been in a situation where people judge me for being quiet. And for me, I keep quiet, not because I don't know what to say, not because I don't know how to pass the message, but because I'm trying to avoid trouble. I'm trying to avoid further issues. So I don't want to say things that I will regret. But that's because there's love. When you're still talking to somebody about the way you feel, about how your relationship is, be it family member, be it your child. Like you call your child, you say, oh, I don't want you to do this. This thing that you did, I don't like it. It's not good, don't do it next time. There's still hope. There is still hope when you're speaking. But the minute you keep silent, and then you don't talk anymore, you don't complain anymore, you just watch the person, then the relationship is ruined. It's completely ruined. You know, words are strong, yeah, but silence is more dangerous. I will encourage us to replace silence with silent. Silence, you keep quiet, you go mute, no sound at that point. But silence, where you go quiet in your thoughts, in your word, you choose not to speak, you just sit down and watch the other person, you don't care what they do, you can't be bothered, then that's the division. It will be difficult, or it takes the grace of God to replace that relationship, be it to your child, be it to your spouse, be it to our families. When we're still talking and interacting, and I'm telling you what you've done to me, you're expressing yourself, you're telling me what you did to I did to you, then it's easier for both of us to come to a common ground. But in a situation whereby I go mute, you go mute, then that's it. Relationship over, family over, friends over. Your relationship with your child, it dies. So that's why I'm encouraging everybody, instead of, you can go silent just to gather your thoughts, just for a moment. But you don't have to be silenced, because it will bring division in a home or in a relationship. You know, our mouth is bomb. When we say something, we might say things, especially during time of conflict. During time of conflict, oh my God, words comes out. We say too many things. We say things to hurt the other person. We say things even what they are not and what they are. But it's out of anger. But if we learn to be silent, just for a moment, and think about it, think it through, process it, and probably we'll be able to get over it, then come back, gather our thoughts. Because me, I'm a victim of this. I can have anger issues, but God is still working on me. I believe so. Okay, the scripture even talked about being silent. or gathering our words before we use them. In Proverbs 13:3, I'll read you what it says. It says, the one who guides his mouth protects his life. The one who opens his lips invites his own ruin. So you see, that's what the scripture said, not me that said it. Proverbs 8:8, it says, when you will be ashamed of words later. So when you know you're going to be ashamed of what you've said, so the best option that we have is just to be silent, just for the moment. But what I'm not encouraging people to do is to be silenced. Always speak out. If you have something bothering you, if you have things to pass through, if you have things to communicate across, you can be silent to gather your thoughts. You can be silent to find a better way to express yourself, but not keeping mute. When you keep mute, it takes the grace of God for that friendship or relationship with your child, with your spouse, with our family to come back. Because, do you know, somebody can take a lot. You can take a lot. You can take a lot. And when you talk and talk and talk and talk and talk, and the other person is not listening, sometimes you go mute. But when you go mute, the problem with going mute is that the relationship is finished. You don't care anymore. The emotions are not there anymore. The feelings are not there anymore. You don't care what they do, even if they end up hurting or harming themselves. You don't care. But I will encourage for us to be silent, think it through, communicate it, than being silent and you don't say anything. Because with that, it's going to create a lot of division. It's going to create a lot of problem. It's going to create, you know, life hits us so hard. Life hits us so hard that some of us have to learn the hard way. But it depends on how you manage it. It takes the grace of God to forgive someone. It takes the grace of God to overlook things. It takes the grace of God to trust again. I know you might be hurt, but I will urge you to have a moment to think it through and see if it's something that can still be repaired, if the communication can still be repaired. Because like I said earlier, the issues we have among ourselves, among our community, among the issues about friendship, the issues about the way we relate to people, even in our workplace, even people we don't know, it's not just communication. It's the way you pass the message. And when you go mute, it's even worse. Because that means you've divided, it has automatically brought division, which is what you don't want to do. So you have to try to communicate it and find a way to pass the message, but take a moment of silence to think it through, so it will not be used against you in the court of this world. You know, we want to feel safe. We want to feel cared for. We want to feel loved. And in most cases, the person that we fight the most are the people we love, be it our children, be it our parents, be it our close friends, be it our families. And the difference with that, being silent, is that it brings division in the home. So I'll urge everyone to take out time, think about it, think it through. Be silent. to gather your thoughts. Be silent to process what you're about to say. Be thoughtful. Let's pass the message of hope. Let's pass a message of peace. Let's be silent to listen to others and get our message across. Being quiet, not expressing yourself, it's a no. Find a way to communicate it. If it takes you a while to communicate it, still communicate it, because with that there's hope. But when you don't pass the message, when you don't communicate it, then you're going to have issues and it will bring division. So if you don't want division in your home, in your relationship with your children, with anybody, communicate it. Let them kill you for what you said. Let them kill you for expressing yourself, but always stand on the truth. Let it be based on the truth, nothing but the truth. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.